champions. Today, in one of our longest videos ever, we're going to get up close and technical with the contents of a Founders Pack. It is shipped in this sturdy cardboard box, but the first thing you'll notice is that's the sound of the loose tokens rattling around in there, and goodness knows what else has come loose. So let's open it up and check the damage. Remember, when using knives, always get a grown-up to help you. It is unshrink wrapped, and as you can see from transit and storage, marks have already started to appear on the lovely soft casing. You get a lovely A3 poster, and it is one of the 4 random faction designs, which is blank on the back. And then you have this marvellous masterpiece, which is a matte black waxed cardboard outer with the UV spot gloss embossing. It measures 18 and a bit inches by 13 and a bit inches. And for size comparison, here is your standard FFG living card game box. And here is one of the starters. It's big, people, big! Let's pop the lid off and see what's inside. It's a one-piece lid which detaches completely like a shoebox, and it is nice and black on the inside. This is your full colour limited art print here, which is the same size as your unlimited one, like so. This is also white on the back, but it is much thicker. This is what it looks like when you open it up, and this is what it should look like, with a place for everything and everything in its place. You receive 1 handwritten postcard, 4 exclusive foils, 4 generic starter decks, 4 solid metal health counters, an equally metal button badge, a metal plaque with the number of your box on, a pair of exclusive playmats in tubes, a hardbound short story and notebook, an exclusive deck box, plus a little copyright notice. And if you hoist this up like so, or not, and if you hoist this up like so, you receive the 4 paper playmats that you get in the starters. Only 1 copy of the quick start rules, even though you've got 4 decks, and those boosters look familiar, they've fallen down from above. You receive ordinary shrink wrap starters, which don't come with the cardboard tokens, unfortunately, but like the box starters, every one of them comes with a free booster pack, and you get 10 additional booster packs in the Founders. Here is your unique Founders pin, which is about the size of one of the health tokens, like so. It is a button pin, and if you pinch the 2 wings on the back like so, that detaches and reveals a nasty spike like that, which you stick through your clothing and then pop that on the other side like so. If you don't want to make a hole, then stick it through a buttonhole or something like that. Ooh, shiny. This is your numbered Founders plaque, and it is solid metal. It's the same size as your cards, as you can see, like this. There is your number out of 1,000 on the front, and on the back there is an embossed Warhammer Champions. And as you can see, the anodized finish will suck up grease and sweat from your fingers and never ever be cleaned off. These things are a real pain in the proverbial. So stick it back in your box and never look at it again. Here are your foils. There is 1 each for each of the factions. They are all individually wrapped in a plastic wrapping like so. These do exist in the base set as both matte and foil versions. What is unique about these is the artwork. You have an entirely monochromatic black and white version of the artwork, and you also have these special little faction stamps on each of them as well. And because they are modern foils, they will bow inwards towards the foiled side. But luckily, PlayFusion have thought of everything, and they've given you this handy paperweight to flatten them out. Here are your metal health tokens, 1 for each faction, and they're just over 2 centimeters or just under 1 inch wide. A little bit smaller than their cardboard counterparts. They're a lovely brass colour like so, with some nice washing to highlight the details, and they are the same design on both sides. Capsule wise, if you pop them into a 22, they will rattle slightly. If you put them in a 21.5, like so, then you can hear them rattling just slightly. That's fine because this is a base metal, not a bullion metal, so they will not suffer any ill effects. But if you put them in a 21 like this, then they are so snug that they will not only not rattle, but they won't ever come out of the capsule again. You will literally have to break the capsule if you want to retrieve them out of a 21. Silence. What do you mean, how do we know that? Just take our word for it, alright? Lovely deck box, which looks great with its wraparound art going around 3 of the sides, and you have the lovely logo on the top like so. It's blank on the bottom. There are cutouts on both sides to put your fingers in and pull. And as you can see, it's a nice solid shape like so. Nothing on the bottom, nothing on the back. So that will hold all of your starter decks and all of your foils, unsleeved, which is about 148 cards. Here is your hardback book with its lovely foil embossing on the front, nothing on the spine and nothing on the rear. It's about the size of an infantryman's primer, if anyone knows what that is, or this big. It contains a lovely detailed flyleaf with some monochromatic art on the front and the same on the rear, which you may recognise from your full colour artwork. There are no ribbons or bookmarks or anything like that. It is nice, square, perfect bound like so, and you can see the pages are glued in. It contains a short story written by Josh Reynolds. It's lovely black ink, and the paper is an extremely high gloss finish. This goes on for 44 pages, and then you have about twice as much, which is composed of space for deck lists and notes. And at the very back is a complete card listing with checkboxes for both matte and foil cards. There's no indication about rarity or anything like that, however. As if you're going to write in it anyway. And finally, there's your little bit of disposable legal mumbo jumbo, which has your copyright info, your country of origin, and the fact that there is a choking hazard and it contains sharp objects. There are also these lovely exciting tubes in a dark brown with the Champions and Founders logo on. A black stopper at each end like so, and we all love a good tube because you can pretend it's a telescope or blow in it to make a noise. But if you manage to prise off the end, these contained a tightly rolled playmat, and it's rubber side out as well, so it's a real pain to remove. And these are your special Founders Edition playmats. They have all the game elements marked on them, including the health trackers, but they have this lovely full colour artwork instead of the rules summary. They also say Founder at the bottom like so. Like most commercial playmats, they are rubber backed with a polyester printed front. And the artwork is different on both mats, and they measure your standard 2 feet by 14 inches. We're going to leave you with a little slideshow so you can get a closer look at the goodies. What do you mean we've missed something? Well, as it won't fit inside our washing up bowl, does that technically make it waterproof? And if you want to know about the mysterious symbols on the copyright sheet, then the one on the left is the Conformité Européenne, or CE mark, where a manufacturer declares that it conforms to all European directives, notably with health, safety and environmental protection. and it's suitable for sale in the European Economic Area. The next one, which looks like a recycling symbol, is usually printed in 2 different shades of green, and is called the green dot, or in its native German form, der grüne Punkt. It doesn't mean that the packaging is recyclable or that it's been made from recycled materials, although it may be. But it means that the producer has made a financial contribution towards the recovery and recycling of packaging in Europe. So now you know.